Welcome to our weekly players interview, our first week of the year as we get to home season, and the season started this Friday night against Knox Farragut. This is Gary Ownbey, your host here as always, and our spot is brought to you by Ed Sox at 909 Key Street, your exclusive Yamaha dealer in Cleveland. See them for all your motorcycle needs, your off-road vehicles, and any service you need, not just Yamaha service, but any type of service for those all makes and models there. Our interview this week and our first week is with one of our seniors, Saylor Clark. Saylor, tell us what position you play for the Bears. How long have you been playing?
I've been playing I was a starter for 3 years. I'm wide receiver and I'm a senior.
And you're one of the captains this year, I understand.
So,
let's go back a little bit. Where'd you play middle school ball at?
okay, middle school.
When did you first start playing ball? Did you play at the elementary, the old Pee Wee leagues or stuff like that?
I've played ever since I can, ever since I could.
Big enough to carry a ball, huh?
Yeah.
And you're also a multi-sport athlete here at Bradley. You play basketball. You're one of the mainstays on Coach Clark's team, who is your uncle, by the way,
So,
Coach Chuck Clark. This is always, the first game of the year is always a thriller and exciting game. It's going to be hot, probably. I understand the weather's going to break a little bit. Has Coach talked to you, or has he brought up the fact that you played Farragut last year and they really embarrassed us basically up there? Or you guys, you probably don't need any prompting to remember that game, do you?
yeah, it's just, we use it as motivation. I mean, obviously no one wants to get beaten. It's also a team that I've never beat. I mean, so that just adds even more to it of just, I don't want to go out my senior year with never beating Farragut. So it's just a big motivation, makes us want to work even harder for it.
Well, Farragut is a tough team. Their program is an elite program, a lot like ours, and they always seem to give us fits. But matter of fact, I think we've beaten them 1 out of 13 tries. We need to even that record up there as we go along there. And you're basically, are there things that you're working on to improve your game? I mean, you're a senior. I'm sure you're looking at colleges and people, they're looking at you. Is there things that you're working on? Do you want to bulk up more, put on weight, or get stronger, or?
Yeah, just things that, basically everything, stronger, faster, just anything that can improve my game.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well, you're one of the main weapons. As a matter of fact, you were the leading receiver last year with a number of receptions, number of yardage, and with you and Trey out there, and Ashton, and Javon, and I mean all the guys, Cannon Hall. We got some receivers that are going to be hard to stop, and hard to cover, and then hard to catch once you catch the ball.
so yeah, we've definitely got a lot of weapons this year.
What is, as a senior, is there a game that comes to mind as one of your favorite games so far? I mean, you got another whole season to go, but is anything that steps out in your mind is, wow, that was a great game we played and that you enjoyed immensely?
Obviously, just beating Cleveland every year, and then that one Ray County last year where we just kind of got down in the first half, and then all kind of rallied together and made a big comeback there at the end.
That was a huge comeback over at Ray County. They're not on the schedule this year, by the way. But is there a player in the college ranks or the pros that as a wide receiver that you like the way they play, that you would consider pattern your game after? Is there anybody at all that really would come to mind?
Just people like Adam Thielen for the Vikings, or just like people like that are more of my style of just like, not because I mean I'm not the quickest guy or whatever, but like.
But you got sure hands
yeah,
though.
Yeah, that's it. People like that. People that just like, I don't know, people like Adam Thielen and Edelman, Benz, people like that.
Okay. Are you wanting to play ball in college?
Yes, sir. If people like UTC, that's my goal, really, is to get enough from UTC and places like that. So
I believe that's where your head coach played. He might have a little pull
So-
there to hit you, possibly. Who knows? Well, you come from a long line of athletes, going all the way back to your granddad, Gary Clark, who played basketball, but at Chattanooga Central back when they were really, really, really good in the 50s. And he come along with your dad, Steve. We all know as Pokey. He played basketball here for the Bears. I guess he played. Who did he play? Who's his coach? Would that have been
Steve
Williams? And then, of course, Chuck, your uncle, is the head coach now, and he played here, and he played at Lee, and he was assistant for Kent Smith for a long time before he took over the program several years ago. And a lot of people don't know this, but you've got a twin sister named Gracie, who's at Bradley, who's a senior this year. She's not into athletics, though. But and your uncle Jamie and your cousin Daniel, he played basketball just a few years ago for Bears.
And
So-
football.
And and football. Oh yes, I remember that too. And Uncle Chuck is always talking about Bradley DNA, and it goes deep in the Clark family. It looks like. Anything in particular that you're looking to accomplish this year? in the way of a team accomplishment? Making the
Just-
playoffs, I know, is always
yeah,
a
I was about
goal.
to say that's always the big goal, just going as far as I can. I mean, yeah, that's the big goal. It's kind of like my thing every year as a team, just get as far as we can, come together as a team as much as we can. And now, I mean, like Coach Floyd says all the time, little things to take care of themselves. So
Yeah.
big things to take care of themselves.
Well, this year we want to get in the playoffs and we want to host the playoffs. We don't want to be on the road, so we don't need any upset losses or anything at all
Sir.
when it comes to each place here. Well, we'd like to thank you, Saylor, for your time here today and your devotion and support of the program. That's Mr. Saylor Clark, the wide receiver, a senior captain for the Bears this year for Coach Damon Floyd. Thanks again to Ed Cycles for their continued support of Bradley Central football. You can see this interview on BCHS.tv, also on BCHS Bear Network on YouTube and Facebook, and you'll hear it again on Friday night right before kickoff. Until then, it's God bless and go Bears.